Let's learn how to make your winter photo art. First, we'll go over opening your assignment. All right, before we can get started, we'll need to open our work. So you're going to press the blue Open to Attach and Submit button. It is at the bottom of the assignment page. And then you're going to click on the file template I've provided to you. It'll say your name and it'll say Winter Photo Art. Pause the video to complete this step. To make things easier, I've added the 5 requirements, some optional things you can do to earn some bonus points, some word art ideas for you, and a reminder to submit it in Canvas when you're done. This page right here is going to be where your work goes. When I print it, it will only print what's on this page. It will not print the stuff on the sides. And page 2 is where you're going to turn your face into either Santa or a snowman. Step 1, taking your photo with the webcam. So we'll be starting on slide 1, and step 1 says to take your photo with the webcam. So to do that, I want to put in the photo. We have learned that the big fancy word for putting things in is insert. And we're going to put in an image because that is a picture or photo or clip art or drawing. And since we're taking it with a webcam, we will choose camera. If this is the first time you've taken a picture with the webcam, you'll have a button that asks if you are allowing it, and you'll have to click that allow button. But if you've used the webcam before, then the allow button will not happen like it did here. It just pops up. Okay, so this yellow button is what takes it. But you can see if I'm looking at the yellow button and I take my picture, that's not a very good picture. My eyes don't look nice. So I'm going to get my mouse or my trackpad in place. I'm going to look up, smile, and I clicked it when I was ready. I like that photo, so I'm going to insert it. Pause the video to complete this step. Step 2, cropping your face with the oval crop tool. I get really annoyed with this creating images thing. I have found that it just blocks my tools and bugs me. You can refresh your screen and that will go away. The only problem is it will not let you undo anything you did previously. So if you had a mistake before that, don't refresh. All right, so now that annoying creating images is gone, and I'm ready to work on my step 2. I'm going to make this bigger, so I'm filling my space here. And it says to crop it with the oval crop tool. So we have learned that this square with the funny corners is your crop image. And we also know that little down arrows mean more options. So I'm going to hit this down arrow next to my crop to see all of my crop options. I'm going to crop it into the shape of an oval. And when I click on that, it crops it into an oval for me. Well, I don't really like it yet. I'm going to press the crop again. And do you see these black T-bars? You can drag the black T-bars. Now, sometimes people do it wrong, and instead of hitting the black, they hit the blue outer part, which is size. So I'm going to do that. Oh, see how it screwed it up? It messed up my image. You know what to do anytime you make a mistake. Zap that mistake. Control Z. All right, so let me crop it down correctly now. So I'll get that side, get the top, and the bottom. I can get it all the way to my face. I can get it to my neck. It doesn't really matter. When I'm happy with it, I press the crop button again, and it is cropped. I didn't write it in number 2, but I would also recommend making it bigger so you have some room to work. I left some room up here for my word art in step 4. Pause the video to complete this step. Step 3, adding the Santa or snowman photo art. For step 3, you are either going to add the Santa features or the snowman features to your face. So I'm going to go to slide 2, and let's say that I want to do the Santa features. Here's where we're going to practice our copy-paste skills. I want to copy this beard, so I'm going to click on it. We know that Control Z is zap. Control C is copy. So I'm going to do Control C to copy my beard. I'm going to go back to slide 1 and I want to paste it. You might think Control P, paste. No, that's actually print. Right next to the C though is V. V is your paste button. I have no shortcut to remember that. Just know that copy and paste are next to each other, C and V. All right, so I'm going to do Control V. There is my Santa beard. I'm going to drag it onto my face. And my size actually came out pretty good there. I always tell you resize with a corner, and usually that's true, but you really want this to fit to your face, so if you need to resize with a side on this, that's perfectly fine. I'm going to nudge it up with my arrow keys to get it right under my nose. That looks pretty good. Maybe move it over a hair. There we go. All right, then I need the Santa hat, so I'm going to go to slide 2, click on the hat, Control C to copy, go back to slide 1, Control V to paste. Bring it up, a little bit too small, it looks silly. I'm going to use a corner to make it bigger. There we go, that looks good. Pause the video to complete this step. Step 4, adding word art. And it gives you some word art ideas for your Santa face, or if you chose the snowman, it gives you some word art ideas for that. You do not have to use one of the ideas that's here. You can type your own thing. Just come up with something creative. So again, I'm adding it in. So the big fancy word for that is insert. And since I'm adding in word art, I want to pick the one that says word art. And I'm going to type what I want to write. So I could type I am Santa, ho ho ho, naughty or nice. I think I'll go with ho ho ho. Capital H-O space, capital H-O space, capital H-O, exclamation point. And then it says to use enter to save. And that is what I want to do. So enter. Okay, obviously I don't want to cover my face. So I'm going to move that up. And that completes step 4. Pause the video to complete this step. Step 5, changing the word art font and color. All right, we are ready for the last step. Step 5 is changing the font style and color. Yeah, right now it doesn't show up very well. So when you're doing word art, you actually paint the words with the paint bucket. This is different than when we use Microsoft. Google sets this up differently. So I think I'll make it red to coordinate with the red hat. You can pick whatever color you'd like. And it also says I need to change the font style. Currently it is Arial. So let's see, I could make it cursive if I wanted, or printed. Oh, that's not bad. Let me try something else. I kind of like that, but it's thin. What happens if I make it bold? Oh, that's better. If I want to stretch it out, I can use the corner to do that, or even a side. And I can move it around with my arrow keys. That completes the assignment. If you want to add some optional things for bonus points, you can do that. So you could do 2 faces where you make a new slide and add one with the opposite one. So if you did snowman, do a Santa. If you did Santa, do a snowman. You can also do some extra cool things with your word art. So if you are done, you can close out of your assignment, which will take you back into Canvas where you can submit your work. If you want to stick around this video and see some of the optional bonus stuff, please do. Want to earn some bonus points? Complete these steps to give your project some more flair. So let's say that I want to do the option of adding a second face on another slide to get some bonus points. Easiest way to do it is to copy this slide 1. So I'm going to click on it, Control C to copy, Control V to paste, and that gives me a new one. I'm going to remove Santa. I'm going to select these, copy them, and paste them on. I can move those around. Okay, that'll work. I'm not too worried that the bottom of my scarf is off the paper because this would be how it prints, and I'm fine with that. I am concerned though that my words are covered, so I need to adjust that and bring it up a little higher. Okay, to change my words, I'm going to double click on it and that opens my box again. And I'm going to say Winter Wonderland for this one. Enter. Obviously it's going off the page right now, so I'm going to bring that smaller. There, I like that better. All right, now the other thing you can do for bonus points is playing with the format options in your wordart. So I'm going to click on my wordart again, and that gives me access to the format options. The really cool ones are these last two, the drop shadow and the reflection. So I'm not going to do the reflection simply because it's going to go into my hat, but I will show you a few things. You can adjust how see-through it is. You can adjust how far away from the words it is. And you can adjust how big it is. Okay, I'm going to remove that though. I will do the drop shadow. Maybe I'll make it green to coordinate with the scarf. And you can adjust the angle it's at, kind of like that, and how far away from the words it is. You can make it blurry, or you can make it not blurry at all. That's something fun to just spruce up your word art a little bit. Submitting your work in Canvas. Again, when you are done, don't forget that you need to close out of your work, and that will take you back to Canvas where you can use the blue Submit button. Let's pretend that you had accidentally closed out of this tab. You can just reopen it, press the blue Submit button. It will ask if you're sure you want to submit. Yes, you are. It takes a moment to load, and then it lets you know that I have it. Okay, that is everything for this assignment. Have a wonderful holiday break. I hope you enjoy your winter vacation and get some nice rest, and I will see you in January.